Alright guys, what are we doing here? What is this place? What's going on? What? It's all new and scary and I'm confused and scared and yeah, lots of stuff. Okay, anyways, this is the server minecraftpvp.info, which is a rather strange IP and I'm surprised that this place has it as opposed to anywhere else. But this server here is a Faction Wars server, very similar to the Faction Wars server that I left, very similar to other Faction Wars servers that I've played on, Tom's servers that I've played on before, Tom Shar, if you know who he is. It's pretty simple, straight up Faction Wars server. You get your faction plugin, so you can claim land out in the wilderness, and I'm in the safe zone, the spawn right now, so you spawn right on top of this beacon, which is kind of cool. I like this. It's a good setup. And then you get the ender chests. And you go out into the exits, and then you leave. You go out into the wilderness, and you can fight people. You can build a base. You can destroy other people's bases. You get to defend your own base, and you can just have a lot of fun. Playing around with different factions. Try to become the strongest faction. Try to do a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really like the Faction Wars plugin. I really like Faction Wars servers, and so one of my YouTube subscribers, someone who I played on the last server with, Ecstatic, suggested this server to me, and I decided to hop on real quick, and I didn't actually expect to play, but then the first day I did a lot of really fun stuff, and now I can go sell some stuff real quick. So I've got some lapis that I want to sell, which sells for 100 for 9, so, or no, sells for 50 for 9. These signs are kind of confusing. It's usually it'll say admin shop, and then it'll say how many of that item they want, and then the B is for how much you'll pay to buy that many item, and the S is for how much you'll pay or how much you'll get to sell that many items. So I get $50 for 9 of them. I don't know why it says ink sac on there. It's definitely not an ink sac. But yeah, that's what I've been playing around with this. First day I started off here, I was invited to a faction that was Ecstatic was on, but unfortunately he left his faction, ended up leaving his faction. The faction that I was in got raided or something. I basically hadn't played at all until that before then, and so yeah, stuff went down. It was pretty bad. So I ended up leaving. I formed my own faction, Nerve. If you're a fan of Neon Genesis Evangelion, you'll know what that is. And yeah, it's kind of fun. I'm all by myself right now. I don't have anyone with me. But I just get to level 30, so I wanted to do an enchant. So let's go ahead and enchant a diamond pick. Come on, good enchant. Alright. It's usable. It's usable. It's not bad. It's not great. It's kind of a... feels like a waste of 30 levels, but whatever. Maybe I can anvil it. I don't know. I haven't really used an anvil on here, but I intend to use one on this plugin a lot. This is my loot chest. This is where I keep all my very valuable stuff. As you can see, I already have a ton of diamonds, and I've only played this server for like maybe a day. Yeah, when I got on, Ecstatic helped me out a lot. He gave me like a half stack of diamonds or something, and the iron armor that I'm still wearing, and some iron tools, and I was very thankful for that. So thanks, Ecstatic. But then I ended up raiding some people the first day. I got on, found some guy's house while I was leaving my old base where I was at. Went in there, dropped some TNT next to a wall he had in his base, and yeah, he was, I got right in, I took his diamonds, I took this pick, which is an Unbreaking 3, Fortune 2, Efficiency 3 pick, so I got that basically for free. And yeah, that was basically the highlight. I've got a lot of other stuff too. I will grab this because I need to smelt it. Yeah, the pick is really the best thing here. The other thing I was gonna do was sell this lapis, because lapis is money. Unfortunately, this server does not allow you to buy like different types of mob spawners. They will let you buy a regular spawner, which I believe spawns pigs by default, because that's the default for all mob spawners. which really isn't that useful because I think you can sell pork chops. That's cooked beef. That's not what I want. I don't even think you can sell pork chops. Yeah, so really the spawner doesn't help at all. You can't use it to level, I don't think. Even if you could, a skeleton spawner is always going to be better. So yeah, I was going to sell this. So I come over to here, sell this. Sold 1 lapis block for 50 bucks. Right, because that's 9. Yeah. Let's just sell all these. My actual balance right now is... Oh, slash bal? Can't send chance slash balance? I may have to shift my chat settings. Oop. Multiplayer settings, chat shown. I don't know why it was balance. There we go. I've got $4,033.60, which is fine, I guess. You know, it's not a lot, but it's something. It's about getting close to being half of what you need for the spawner, which seems to be the most expensive item. Diamonds on here are, I believe, 100 a piece, so they're $100. So I could buy, what, 40 diamonds? Right? Yeah. So I could buy 40 diamonds if I wanted to. Not that I need it because I already have stacks of diamonds, although I probably should get diamond armor. I was thinking about that earlier. Diamond armor would be really good to get, but actually, before I do any of that, I need to do some other things first. So let's go ahead and warp to my home, F home. And I'll show you what I've got so far. Yeah, so this is my island home, Nerve Base headquarters. As you can see, I basically don't have anything except for a dog and a chest. It has been a rough start for me, I guess. I haven't spent a lot of time building anything because I haven't figured out what I want to build. There's a lot of different ways to build in a Faction War server. You can build in the sky, you can build underground. Some of the best places I've seen are like in the middle of the ocean. They're really hard to get to because you basically can't TNT cannon your way in at all. There's no way. Usually, especially if it's surrounded by obsidian. But, it looks like the admin's on. It actually doesn't really matter that much because I don't think this server has the obsidian breaker plugin. In fact, I'll ask that really quickly. I cannot spell today, apparently. I hope I spelled obsidian right. Obsidian. That's probably wrong. I was never good at spelling. even though I write for a website, I'm a terrible speller. I was bad at spelling from 2nd grade. Okay, no, I don't think so. Good. Okay. So basically what this means is obsidian is invincible. If you make an obsidian base, at least 2 thick walls, they're not getting in. It's not going to happen, especially if you're surrounded by water. There's no way. In fact, you don't even need to surround it by water. You don't even need that because the obsidian simply will not die. Yeah, and that's really all there is to it. But that means that if I want to make a secure base, I'm gonna need obsidian. Let me grab the stuff in here that I need. All right, I need you. Do I have coal? I have some coal, not a lot of it. I have charcoal. Use that up. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make some things. If you're not familiar with this, some of the stuff here, this server is using a plugin called MCMMO, which is something that we tried to get on the last server we were on, but we never ended up getting it. So what MCMMO is, it's basically skills. So you have these different skills. So if we go to MC skills, skills. I can't type either. Was it MC? You know, I always forget what. Inspect myself. I don't have the permission to it. Dang it, what was it? Oh yeah. There it is. Get position of killer underscore raven. Yeah, so there's this rather silly command in here called get position that allows you to see the exact coordinates of any person in the entire server. And I forgot this existed or actually I checked this out the first time I logged in, and I was like, wait a second, what is this? Apparently you can see where anyone is at. This means that this means a couple of things. First of all, secluding yourself isn't always going to be the best. Like, trying to hide isn't really going to work because people are going to know where you're at. You want to be in the most inconvenient place for people to get to. So like, one of the places that I like to hide out is in the middle of a jungle because nobody wants to go through the middle of the jungle. I mean, think about that. Think about how annoying it is to try to trek through that. Nobody wants to do that. Don't drop it. Yeah, the get position thing is rather silly. But I do want to go. Oh, there it is. I know what it is. MC stats. Finally. Okay, so basically you have these different skills. MC MMO stats. So there are gathering skills, combat skills, and miscellaneous skills, and they go from 1 to 1,000 in terms of levels, or 0 to 1,000. You get XP based on doing certain things. So, for instance, the mining experience. You get experience every time you mine a block, and you get more experience if the block is more rare. So, mining a piece of iron is more experience than mining a piece of stone, or mining a stone block. The more you mine, the higher your level gets, and the faster you'll mine, I believe, is what happens with this one. You also increase the rate of your double drops. So sometimes you'll get 2 drops instead of 1, and the frequency of that is equal to related to your level. So once you get to level 1,000, you're getting a lot of double drops. In fact, I think you can get even triple drops from certain things, which is really cool. I like that. So that can level up to 1,000. And then you got things like herbalism, where you get extra drops for harvesting plants, fishing, for fishing, and you can do some fancy stuff with that, where you can actually fish and get like rare items that you can't normally get. Wood cutting is kind of silly. Combat skills, like for swords, this increases the amount of damage you do and increases the amount of time you have for super abilities. So basically, all these skills have a super ability. Like for mining, you have what's called the super breaker, which instantly destroys blocks if you click on them. Although there's a glitch with that right now. Or with excavation, which is basically the same thing but with a shovel. Swords has a thing where it does area of effect damage, so if you swing and hit a mob, it will deal damage to mobs around that. Or axes, which allows you to like hit people really far back, and it also does like damage to the durability of armor, which is different from swords. Archery can have the flame aspect on a non-flame bow, and like taming. There's different things for taming too, where like I've got this dog here, and I level him up by either taming new dogs or not leveling him up, but level myself up by either taming new dogs or using this one to attack mobs. So when he deals damage to mobs, he'll level up. And this is something that I tried to level up as much as possible when I played on Tom's server. I think I got this to like level 100 something, past 100. It was really cool to have dogs that were immune to fall damage. That was probably my favorite thing about them. And I thought about trying to level them up here, but I think that it's going to be really hard to do so. In fact, I'll just use up this is charcoal, right? Yeah, I'll just use up the rest of this charcoal. Someone help me. I really don't want to go help him, because I don't. This of course server has the ability to, you can go and TP to people if they request it, just like the old server, but it's always a danger. You never know what's going to happen. So, also MCMMO has a thing called the Anvil, which is basically the anvil you used to see before. And I'm just going to repair my axe here. So I fully repaired my axe. I'm going to repair my sword now, and I'm going to repair my pick. So the reason I'm doing this is to level up my repair skill. Sure, I could use an anvil to do this, but that would cost me experience. Right now I'm using up iron, and maybe I'm using up more iron than I should. Maybe I could just make another item. But once you get your repair skill up high enough, you can start to repair enchanted items, and hopefully keep the effects of them. And sometimes it's a lot more convenient than what you'd get for an actual anvil that you'd make in vanilla Minecraft. So I'm definitely going to try to level that up as much as possible. Normally, when we play, we like designate a person to level that up. But this time around, since I'm by myself, I have to be the one who's doing it all on my own, which is fine. I have to actually level it up. And I'll repair my armor too, because it does need to be repaired. Alright, put that back on. Next, chest plate. These take a lot more iron. But that's fine, because I'm leveling up too, so the more I level up, the more easy it'll be to repair things. Yeah, so there we go. It's not like iron isn't plentiful either. It's pretty easy to come across. Yeah, so I think that's it. And then again with bones, yeah, you can summon dogs, and you can you can do some other things with dogs, which is kind of cool. I don't know what they're talking about on there. But once again, this is a faction server. Somewhere in this episode, I don't know where, I'll upload a video of me burning someone's house down. I wish I had recorded the other sort of griefing that I did. I raided 2 people's houses the first day. The first guy had quite a bit of stuff. Again, I talked about that. And I got the pick from him, which was really good. Very glad that I managed to snag that. But it's anyone can basically come over here and set up a TNT cannon and lob TNT over here and possibly get into this chest and take all the stuff, which I hope doesn't happen. But if it does, there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. I don't have the armor or the weapons to combat them, and of course they can find my exact coordinates simply by plugging it into that command, which means I need to very quickly start to establish a base of some sort, and that will mean getting obsidian. I can buy obsidian, or I can go mine it myself, so there's different ways to go about it. Apparently there is nether access in this, so I might go and try to get to the nether. I do have some obsidian left, and I've got flint and steel on me, so I could try to go get to the nether, and I might do that. So yeah, I'm gonna go check that out, and then I'll be back. Oh, the peaceful realm of the nether. Definitely my favorite place to be. Fire and brimstone and all that. Quite enjoyable. I got a dog with me. I accidentally summoned it the last time I came in here. You know what, dog? I'll keep you alive, I guess. You're not gonna live for very long, are you? Nope. So yeah, the reason I'm here is because we need a couple of things. Obsidian would be nice, but you know what? Never mind. I'm sorry, dog. You're just gonna have to live with it. Or, well, not live with it. Yeah. Unfortunately, these dogs aren't environmentally aware yet. You have to get to about level 50, I think, before that happens. So, it's kind of not they're just not good right now, needless to say. So yeah, right now I'm in a war zone, so I can't really mine here, but what I'm looking primarily for is soul sand. Soul sand sells for 16 for I think 250, I think which is quite a bit. So like the old server, you can pretty much farm soul sand, and thankfully the times that you do find soul sand usually relate to the times where there's a lot of soul sand. It's very rare to just find like one little patch of it and then that's it. Usually when you do find it, it's a lot of it in one spot. The problem is this nether spawn is not very kind to navigation. It's kind of hard to get around. And I'm only now just getting into the wilderness where I can actually mine. I can't mine back here because we're in the war zone, which is no good. So there's not a whole lot of places I can go. I keep coming up to dead ends. There is a stronghold, and I explored that for a while, and I got some stuff, some glowstone, some nether brick. I got some blaze rods, but then I sold them right away for 25. Someone had actually claimed a spawner, blaze spawner, which I thought was interesting. Was it this way? I think this is the way to the stronghold, and then I think from there I can get to some places that might have soul sand. Well, I think I found what I was looking for. I've got about a stack of glowstone and blocks now. It's pretty cool, and I've found my soul sand. Quite a bit of it, actually. I could spend yeah, a lot of time here. A lot of time here. See how thick this is. Oh yeah. Yep, I could be here for a while. Yeesh. Look at all this stuff. So much. So much. So while I'm doing this, I did want to talk about something else. I saw the latest snapshot today, where a couple of cool things you can do, like for instance, you can hold control, and when you hit Q to drop something, you don't just drop the one block, you drop the entire stack. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to hand someone an entire stack of something, you don't have to open up your inventory, grab it, and pull it out. You can, if it's on your hotbar, you can just grab it no matter what, which is really cool, in my opinion. It's something that I think the game's needed for a little bit. Just a little nice touch that lets you get away with a lot, or do a lot faster. Particularly, given myself as a Race for Wool player, I think that sort of thing is really important. I'm wondering if I should set my home here. I have my home set somewhere else for a good reason, but I think I will set home here. Because I'm going to want to come here a lot. And I do want to store my stuff quite frequently. And that's all I can store, I guess. I have a lot of crap in here that I really don't need. Maybe I shouldn't put the glowstone in there. Maybe I should sell it while I have the chance. Maybe. See how much I can make. Another... I guess I might like turn this into like some kind of pro tip series. Another big pro tip for this is to sell as much as you can. The fewer items that you have, the less a raid will hurt you. If you can get yourself into a situation where a raid doesn't actually hurt you at all because you're already so set up, or you already have so much money because you've liquidated everything, that's amazing. Like if you're getting raided, the first thing you should be doing is going back and forth between your important items in your base and either storing them somewhere else or liquidating them, turning them into money. You can't raid someone's money. If you could, that'd be crazy, but you can't. If you killed them and then they lost money because they died, then that'd be one thing. But your money can't be touched. The only problem with having money is that, of course, it's sort of this. It can be problematic a little bit if you think about how. What do I want to say? If you do go and you buy this, if the price is basically changing here, then the money that you have will either be worth less or worth more. So if there's inflation going on, that could really hurt your plans. And of course, that would be really bad to happen. But it's probably not very likely to happen. Even saying that much. What was I gonna do? I don't need half of this stuff, so I'll probably just dump it. And then I should be able to mine the rest. Do I have iron laying around still? I do have some iron laying around. Alright. I'm gonna go back to... Actually, I'll just grab 2. Oh, there's a shovel. That might be good enough, actually. Or wait. No, I do need the whole stack. They're also adding in the snapshot, and I kind of got off topic. That's not what I want. F home. And the snapshot, these books that let you enchant items with enchantments that you normally wouldn't be able to get, which is kind of cool. We're also going to be able to enchant shears using, I think, the anvil. Or you're supposed to be able to... Or no, maybe just the regular enchantment table. Which is weird, but we're going to be able to give them silk touch so that we can pick up cobwebs finally. Which should be interesting. Apparently, these enchanted books will be... Like, they'll be in... villagers will trade for them, or will trade you for them. And you will find them in dungeons and such. So that actually adds a really good loot item, because right now, unless it's diamonds, there aren't really a whole lot of good loot items. My frame rate's dropping, so I'm gonna clock out and see what happens. Well, guys, my frame rate's dropping because my hard drive is starting to run out of space, because this episode's gone on for a long time. So I'm gonna call it quits here. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys want to see more from this place, we can do more. I already have some stuff recorded for the Steve's Carts, so I'll upload a new episode of that soon enough. But I did want to just get this out because I'm really enjoying playing on it right now, and I wouldn't mind continuing to play on it in the future. So let me know what you think in the comments, and until next time then.